What's up everyone, and welcome back to another video. My name is Ben Lee, and a bit about me for anyone who might be new to the channel. First off, welcome. I own multiple businesses and I've been trading for a number of years now. I've learned a ton in my time and I just wanted to help others by sharing my stock picks, my chart analysis, any recent news that's going on, etc, etc. Now in today's video, I'm going to be covering some of the top picks I am watching for April 2021 to make some juicy gains this spring, so stay tuned because I think you're going to like what I have for you today. First off, if you haven't seen it yet, I did release this video last Sunday. I just want to do a quick review on the 3 stocks I picked for this one. So you see we're on MARA, ticker symbol MARA. On the daily chart, you can see that we have had this big run up. I called this in my other video. We've had the bounce off the 50 SMA, which is the blue line there. And what I really liked about this stock is the fact that it kept bouncing on this really nice uptrend here. We hit the 50 SMA and we've seen another bounce. If you were able to trade in the pre-market, you see we did have a gap up on Monday. You would have been able to potentially get in a good position within here. But yes, we did see quite a gap up. It was 6% gap up nearly. But even if you weren't able to get in on the pre-markets and you were able to get in on Monday, you can see on Tuesday we did have a nice strong push up of about 15% nearly. What we need to be careful of now is you can see we are at this top level of resistance, and if I just pop on a line of resistance here, then you can see that we are, every time we're touching this area, which we are at now, we are pretty much coming back down. So it might not be a bad idea to offload maybe some of those gains if you're looking more short term or you don't want to risk a potential drop from this resistance. But this chart was definitely my favorite out of the last 3 that I called. Moving on over to HIVE, we are currently sitting above the 50 SMA. We have been flat for the last couple of days, so there's not too much to report here. We are just sitting pretty on this 50 SMA, and again, if Bitcoin decides to rally, we could see a nice rally in HIVE. And over at Riot, again, we are sitting rather flat, again bouncing off the 50 SMA, so very similar story here, and we'll see what unfolds over the next few days. So I can hear you all saying, Ben, enough of the recap, what is going on, what are your top stocks for April? And I can tell you that the first stock on my list will come to no surprise to a lot of people, it is Palantir. Ticker symbol PLTR. We're over here on the charts on the daily for Palantir. This is a company I have great interest in. I believe it could absolutely skyrocket in the future. It has so much potential. Data is going to be so important, and analytics for companies to be able to make money and save time. So I feel like this company could absolutely skyrocket in the future. So currently we are sitting at the $23 range. We have seen this at multiple layers of support across the board, even going back to November last year. You see again in January we tapped off. One thing I do want to make you guys aware of though, as I have seen we are making this kind of head and shoulders pattern. This is typically a bearish pattern. So if this support area is broken, we could see a sell-off down to around about the $18 mark, which would be around this kind of zone from last year of November. In my opinion, I will be loading up on more shares around this $23 mark, and if it drops down to $18, then that's where I will allow some extra cash that I have planned for Palantir over the long run to be able to cost average down in case we do see this bearish head and shoulders pattern play out. This is also a Cathie Wood stock. She has tons of interest and has been snapping up more and more shares of Palantir as it's been down in this zone. She believes that this stock will be worth potentially $1 trillion in the future of market cap, which is a very, very bullish statement to make. And also this company has a lot of government contracts and defense contracts, which I really, really like. So I will be holding Palantir for the long run, and I'm really excited to see where this stock ends up at the end of the year. Now remember guys, if you do find value in my videos, please go down and smash that like button. It really helps out with the YouTube algorithm and I really appreciate it. And don't forget to hit that juicy subscribe button. It's like a big juicy red cherry. I love cherries. You should hit that button and turn on the notification bell so you can stay up to date with all my latest news and stock picks. But on to my second pick, Baidu. Now this stock is essentially the Google of China. It's ticker symbol BIDU. Again, we're on the daily. See, we've had a really, really nice run up all the way from November. We've gone up. One thing that I have seen as well that I've just been talking about with Palantir is this head and shoulders pattern. We have seen a breakout down to the bottom and bounce off the 200 SMA, which would have been an amazing time to pick up the stock. But however, I still see great value in the stock even here. Baidu, based off its earnings, shouldn't be down as far as 175 or even in the 217 range. However, one of the reasons why I really like this stock is because this crash here wasn't really due to the head and shoulders pattern. It was due to Archegos Capital, which is a really, really big hedge fund had a $20 billion margin call. And Baidu was one of their biggest holdings, and that's why we have seen this absolutely huge crash. This just, in my opinion, gives us a really good opportunity to, unfortunately, profit off their loss, but also, fortunately, profit off their loss. These things happen in the market, and it can even happen to the big boys. So in my opinion, Baidu around this price range is an absolute steal. Even just popping over to CNN, you can see the stock price forecast. There are 38 analysts with their 12-month projections, with a median target of 353, a high target of 442, and a low of 196. And out of that, we have 31 analysts saying that it's a buy. So for my next stock, I know a lot of people have interest in this stock already. I personally love this stock. I think it's going to absolutely fly in the future. It has an absolutely massive market that it's breaking into, and it has been a bit beaten up over the last couple of weeks. But in my opinion, this just gives us a good buy the dip opportunity. So this stock is Nio. Ticker symbol NIO. Again, we're on the daily, and this is a stock I've talked about a lot on my channel. You see a great big run up, followed by another run up to highs of about 67. Since then we've had a triple top, and then we've come back down. We've bounced at the 35 mark, gone up, and then bounced again at $35 again. Now, in my opinion, this is a bit of a sketchy head and shoulders, but you can see shoulder up to head, down to shoulder. We could see a drop off in Nio, but I also did say that it'd be interesting, as we have had a triple top up the top here. It would be interesting to see if we did have a triple top down the bottom as well. So far, the $35 support line, as you can see there, is holding quite nicely, and we are now sitting just on the 200-day SMA. I believe Nio, just like Tesla, has massive potential for the end of this year and going into the next following years. William Li is an absolute brilliant CEO who is taking this company forwards, and I believe we will see over the next couple of years Nio easily up in the triple digits. Now again, recently I have been buying these dips in Nio, and I have left some extra money to be able to cost average in. If we do see another drop down, I believe we could go down to as low as potentially the $25 mark. But I believe that if we were to go down that low, there would have to be some kind of significant catalyst to drive the price that low. Otherwise, as it does have so much attention, I feel at kind of the 32 mark, this will get bought up quite a bit. Again, I have talked about this on my channel before, but we do have the stock price forecast for Nio, and we've got 18 analysts with their 12-month projection of Nio getting to $63 in the median, $90 in the high by the end of this year, which would be absolutely astounding to see, and a low of 17. But we have 11 analysts for a buy. The next stock on my list might surprise you a bit. It is Walmart. This is a stock that does not need any introduction. I'm sure every one of you will know what Walmart is and how much of a giant it is, but Easter is upon us, and from the Easter rally that we normally always get every single year, Walmart stocks could see some good growth. So over on the chart for Walmart, ticker symbol WMT, you can see we are on the weekly, and what's really nice is this really consistent uptrend that we see from Walmart, and more importantly, every time it hits this green line, which is the 100 weekly SMA, we get a really strong bounce, uptrend, comes down, uptrend, comes down. So this is a potential really nice dip. You can already see we're going up. Loads of people will see this, all the top analysts and things will see this as a nice dip to potentially buy. We could see another new high coming up for Walmart, especially combining this dip with the fact that Easter is with us. This for me is a no-brainer. Over on CNN again for Walmart, you can see the stock price forecast. We have 33 analysts offering a 12-month price forecast with a median of $160, a high of $180, and a low of $120, with consensus of 20 analysts for a buy. Now, the last stock I want to talk about is a bit of a recovery play with things opening up now. Everyone will be out spending, and I believe a company that could not only benefit from this quite a bit, but has also had a recent dip is Visa. So for me with Visa, we could see some nice earnings coming up in the following quarters because of things starting to open up and the economy will then start booming again, and everyone will be swiping those cards and Visa will be collecting lots of tasty money. We have seen this recent big candle dip here, which was due to a bit of bad press. However, in the long run, I don't believe that this is going to affect Visa very much. And although we have had a slight recovery, I believe we are still in a good position to buy in. So we're currently trading about 7% down from all-time highs, and we have basically bounced on the 100 SMA again. We are looking like we could have a nice turn on the MACD, and this one could end up flying up, even reaching new highs in the next couple of quarters. Alright guys, that's what I've got for you today. Remember, if your portfolios are looking quite red at the moment, we have seen quite a big sell-off in the tech and growth sector. So if you are seeing a lot of red there, then consider maybe diversifying your portfolio a bit. It might just be that you've got too many growth stocks in it. It can be advantageous to make sure you only put somewhere around 10% of your portfolio into a certain sector, as the Dow and the S&P 500 are both trading at all-time highs. So maybe consider some of the stocks that I've got on this list and do your own due diligence a little bit further into them. See if the figures add up for you, if 2 plus 2 still equals 4, and go from there. And if you made it this far in the video, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Remember to smash that like button and hit that juicy subscribe button. I really appreciate it. I'd love to have you with me on this journey where we can all make money together. I really hope you guys have a nice day, and until the next one, see ya!